Hi guys, I'm BK. This is Docker series. This is part 2. I posted part 1 video. If you are new to Docker, first go to watch my part 1 video so that you will understand about Docker. Okay. On part 1 video, I spoke about Docker architecture, and I spoke about Docker Hub, Docker CLI, and Docker registry. Okay. So this is part 2 video. So today we're going to see what is Dockerfile and what is Docker image. Okay, as I said in my previous video, what is Docker? So Docker is some microcomputer. So I'll open this terminal. Okay, I hosted this machine in Google Cloud. So just a compute engine. So I installed Docker in my machine. So I'm verifying the Docker version. Docker-v. See, I have already installed Docker in my machine. You don't need to worry about installation, and you don't need to worry about commands. Okay, you get all the commands in this repository. You get this link on this video description. Okay, this is the repository I'm using this Docker series. Okay, coming to the topic, I successfully installed a Docker in my virtual machine. So now we need to talk about what is Dockerfile. So Docker is a microcomputer. Assume this is your laptop. So in your laptop, you install the Docker by using sudo apt install docker.io. You have successfully installed Docker. Okay, so Docker daemon will running on your computer. So how to see Docker? Sudo systemctl status Docker. You see, active and running. So everything is, I have all the setup. Now we're going to write a Docker file. What is Docker file? So Docker is a microcomputer. Docker file, by using Docker file, we can create a Docker image. Now the question is, what is Docker image? First we see what is Docker file. Then we'll see how to create a Docker file by using how to create a Docker image by using Dockerfile. Then next video I will talk about how to create a container by using Docker image. I hope you guys understand the concept. So this is my laptop. In my laptop I have successfully installed Docker. Okay, now we're going to create a Docker file. How Docker file looks like, what is Docker file mean? Okay, this is simple Docker file. So now I'm going to create a folder called ABC. So by using change directory, I move to ABC folder. By using sudo nano docker file, I'm creating a Docker file. I'm going to paste this commands inside this Docker file. Okay, so this is supposed to be single quote. I will explain what does this mean. Okay, I have only 2 commands. Now coming to the architecture, coming to the board. So this is my laptop. Inside my laptop, I installed Docker. Then I have a Docker file. I don't know what is it. So I'll give you a simple example so that you guys will understand. Okay, you are the developer. You are developing Python application on your local. Okay, so this is your laptop, and inside your laptop you have a Python application. You are developing a Python application. It is working well in your local. Now your second step is you need to deploy your code to Docker. How? So for that we need this Docker file. Okay, Now, so this is from Python 3.8 hyphen slim. What is it? I will explain once I complete this CMD. Now, let's assume this is your code. This is your Python application code. So this is very simple one-line code, but in your local you have thousands of line codes. Okay, so this is just an example. So that's why I'm using only single line code. You all know what this code does. Okay, now by using this command, what I can do is, so this is the Python. So how to run your Python code? By using Python, right? So that's why here I used this Python. Then this is a command. I'm using a command called print hello world. Okay, I will explain this CMD, what it means. Okay, now coming to this first one, what is from? So Docker is a microcomputer. The computer needs a OS, right? So this is the OS. So if you are developing Node.js on your application, here you will use a Node.js. Or if you want to host your application inside your Nginx, here you will use Nginx. Okay, this is nothing but we can say runtime or OS. So this is a OS. So now you guys understand what does this from mean. Okay, so what is this Python 3.8 hyphen slim mean? Okay, you don't need to worry about this from and the CMD. I will explain. Okay, now I'm go to the server. I going to run this Docker file because I need to create a Docker image. By using the Docker image, I can create a container. Now we know Docker file. What does Docker file mean? Okay, now I need to create a Docker image. What is Docker image? Now here we need to use a Docker commands. Okay, so this is a Docker command. I'm going to use this. Okay, here you add this dot. I will explain this command. Okay, I'm going to enter. Something is happening, right? I will explain what are the things happening behind the scene. So these all are the things happening. Here you can see the first step. So first step executed and pull complete, pull complete, pull complete, pull complete. Here you can see many things. And second, this one also executed. Everything is successful. Now I'm going to use Docker images. What does this mean? By using this Docker images, we can see the Docker image. Now we are successfully created a Docker image, but still we don't know what Docker image is. Okay, I'm going to this process. I will explain what are the things happening behind the scene when I execute this command. Okay, so this is a from, this is a CMD. I'm not used to copy. So you just this is a command. Copy is a command. So we can use it in Docker file. I will explain upcoming video. Now we know only from and CMD. Okay, by using this from, what we can do is we can pull the Docker image from the Docker repository. I'm going to the architecture here. Okay, when I execute Docker pull command, so this is your Docker file. Inside your Docker file there is a from command. What the from command does, it's downloading the images, it's downloading Python from the Docker Hub. So what is Docker Hub? Docker Hub is the place where all the private images, public images and official images will store. Okay, when you use a from, it will pull the image, it will download the image from the Docker Hub. So how to open a Docker Hub? So you need to create an account, then you can push your private image and you can push your public image. So this Python is a public image so that I can pull without authentication. Okay, I hope you understand this concept. What is this from? Okay, now coming to command. So now I have Python OS. Now I have Python runtime because my application is Python. So I need to host my application inside the Docker container. For that, I need to create a Docker image by using Dockerfile. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, I go into command. By using this command, what we can do is, we can execute the command. This is nothing but command, right? So we can execute the command, which is print hello world. Okay. Now I go into my server. Now I need to create a container. Container, we will see a next topic. So already 10 minutes gone. So we'll see another part 2 continuation video. Okay, that part 2 continuation video, I will explain about what is container. So what I'm going to do is, I just going to copy this command, this container command, and I'm going to paste over here. Okay, you see this? Successfully execute this command, which means if you using your if you host your application in Docker image, so here you need to provide your index.php file, right? That's a file. If you execute that file, your application will up, right? So here I have only this print statement, so that's why it print the hello world. Okay, so today this is enough, and still I have 5 more minutes. I'm going to talk about how this image is creating in my machine. So once I execute this docker build command, so now we're going to see what is this build commands means. So by using this command, we can create a Docker image. So this is a sudo, this is a Docker. So I need to create my image. For that, I need to use this build. Okay, this is the tag. By using this tag, we can provide a Docker image name. So this is a Docker image name. So this is the version. So we will see this version in next video. Okay, now when I execute this command, what happening like in background, so it will create a small container. So that container is a temporary container. Inside the temporary container, Docker will execute this first command, which is from. Okay, then you see here, Docker can reuse cached layer. Okay, so it put one layer here, then it executes second command cmd, second layer here. Okay, so this is my first version. Now coming to the architecture. Okay, so this is my Docker image, right? So inside the image, Docker will execute from. So this is the first layer. Then Docker will execute cmd. This is second layer. Now you are successfully launched your application. Then you planning to launch your next version of application. For that, you need to do some changes this cmd. So the cmd is the one executing my code, or you have some changes in your file. Okay, for that we need to do rebuild your image. How to do? By using this command, you can again rebuild your image, but this version you need to change, so that you will understand, okay, this is the first version, this is the second version. That time what will happen behind, Docker will not execute all the layers. So if Docker has already a from layer, if the from layer doesn't have any changes, Docker will not look at this from. The from is going to be changed, not going to be changed, because Docker can reuse the cached layer. So every time if you build, the Docker will execute only the changed files. So Docker will build the changed files. So Docker will not build the unchanged file. I show you a demo so that you will understand. So this is my Docker file. So in this file, this is my second version of my code. I using this 2. Again, yes. Okay. Now again I going to build. So here I change this latest to 1. So this is a 1.1 version. So I'm going to use this dot. What does this dot mean? So this is my current directory. So this is the Docker file. I'm mentioning Docker file by using this dot. So I see there is a permission deny. Why unable to find image? Oh, sorry. I need to use this build command. 1.1. You see this? So this first one takes some more time. So here you can see pull the image from the Docker Hub. But here it not pull the image from Docker file. Why? Because you see this architecture. So this is the Docker file architecture. That's why we are calling Docker as a lightweight. Okay. So this is only one Docker file. So it not changed anything this from. So that's why it not pull the image from Docker file. But here we have a change. So Docker only take this change. I hope you understand this concept. So already we reached 16 minutes more. So if you watch this video fully, please next time use speed mode. Like you watch this video 1.75 or 1.5. So okay, tada, bye bye. In next video we will see what is Docker container, and also we will see what is Docker Hub and how to create an account and how to push your own image and how to build your own image. I hope this video will help you, and thank you so much. Tada, bye bye.